Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a transfer portal update video. In today's video, we're talking Auburn football, basketball, all things covered Auburn today. Locked on Auburn is what we're doing in today's video. We got a couple college football EA updates that we're going to have to go over in today's video as well. There's a lot happening in the world of sports, and before I start off with the world of sports, I do want to mention X-Men 97. If you guys have not been watching this show on Disney+, Marvel is cooking right now. Obviously, I'm wearing the X-Men shirt and the Marvel hat because it is release day. New episode today. Not going to spoil anything that happened so far, but if you have not watched it, go check it out. It's amazing. Go watch that before you watch this video. Stop this video if you have time to go watch X-Men 97. I cannot wait for next week and the week after, I believe. We had 2 more episodes to the finale, so it's going to be very fun. There's a lot of cameos that you guys wouldn't expect. So, with that being said, I'm going to leave it at that for the spoiler warning. Now on the sports recap of last night, Spanish 4 did win 4-0 against Robertsdale in the 3A, or in the 6A round 3 playoffs, and now they're moving on to their first Elite 8 in program history, so congratulations to the Spanish 4 Toros soccer team. But one more thing, Bucks, they're back. We won last night. I am kind of a Bucks fan now, I guess, so we won last night, taking on the Pacers tomorrow night as well. Going to be a fun one. Cannot wait for that too. Also, we are almost done with school. I have one more day with school. Summer's coming up fast. I'll get an update video regarding that as well. Got some interviews lined up with Auburn players that I'm going to talk about as well. So we're going to talk about all of that coming up shortly here on the channel as well. So keep an eye out for that. Let's go ahead and hop into this Auburn football transfer portal updates. So we'll start off with the one major headline for Auburn basketball, and that, of course, is Aiden Holloway. If you guys have not heard, Aiden Holloway has officially decommitted from Auburn, or transferred, entered his name in the transfer portal, and has committed to Alabama. I just wanted to give my complete thoughts on that. When you transfer from Auburn to Alabama, you're going to get hated on. I'm going to hate on him pretty much. I can already see it. I'm going to hate on it. I'm going to try to get tickets to go watch that Auburn-Bama game when they come out in Neville Arena. So, Aiden Holloway, freak you. You obviously decided to leave and go to Alabama, which is the rival school. So, with that being said, Aiden Holloway is officially part of the Alabama Crimson Tide. But I do want to give a huge shout out to that Alabama Crimson Tide team. They flipped Baker High School, Kansas commit earlier, to LeBaron Philon out of Baker High School to that Alabama Crimson Tide men's basketball program. That was great to hear. I'm glad he's staying in state because he was originally going to go to Auburn, but he got his release. Now he went to Kansas, and now he's committed to Alabama. So I'm wondering if there's going to be another transfer thing in there. But as of now, he is committed to Alabama. A couple basketball headlines in the state. Now let's go ahead and talk about this Auburn football transfer portal class. Alright, so first off, I'm going to talk about all of the people who we have lost within this Auburn football program, at least pretty much the major people within this spring transfer portal session here. So first of all, starting off with Brenton Williams, I again have never heard of that guy. J.D. Rim, Wesley Striner, Jay Fairweather, and then of course Colton Hood. Really the big 2 names that I look out for that one is Jay Fair, who is now committed to USC. He committed there about a couple days ago as well. And then Colton Hood. That was kind of a big loss for the Auburn Tigers as well. J.D. Rim, Brenton Williams, I believe is how you say that name. Wesley Striner, I've heard of him before. I believe he was on the offensive side of the ball. Auburn fans, let me know in the comments where he was. But I believe he was on the offensive side of the ball. And with that said, that's kind of a big loss for them, but not really. That's pretty much it for all we survived, only losing that. There were speculation that other players could be entering the portal, like the likes of Asante or somebody like that as well. But Asante's coming back for his last year at Auburn as well. Losing 5 guys in the portal is pretty dang good for the spring portal as well. That's really the major as well. The expectations were about 5 or so, maybe a little bit more before the portal opened. So it is nice to see that we still have the main group of guys back together at Auburn as well. So that's who all Auburn football has lost. Now let's take a look at all of the ones who have gained, because it is a lot that we got to go over. Alright, here we are with the Auburn transfer portal list. I'm not gonna try to edit this video at all, so bear with me guys, it's a lot of talking. But currently, right now we have 13 incoming transfers, and I believe we're like the seventh or eighth team in the nation in this transfer portal class is what I'm looking at with 24/7 Sports and On3 as well. So let's go ahead and go over these commits, and then we'll talk about the major important ones here in a second. So first of all, incoming transfer Kyron Crawford from Arkansas State, the edge rusher, 6'4", about 243 pounds. Great pickup for Auburn. Then you have Keandre Lambert-Smith, the wide receiver from Penn State. That was a huge pickup, and we talked about that before. We'll talk about it here coming up as well. Isaiah Rikes, I believe is how you say that name, the 3-star transfer defensive lineman from USC. Great pickup as well. Philip Bliden, I believe is how you say that name, from Indiana, the defensive lineman. They're doubling up on defensive line, and I'll talk about why that's important here in the next bit. But Antonio Kite from Alabama, always feels good to get an Alabama transfer. The 3-star cornerback from the Alabama Crimson Tide, always feels good for that one. Jaron Thompson, the 3-star safety from Texas. Trell Carler, a 3-star defensive lineman, another defensive lineman addition for Hugh Freeze and this football staff from Texas, committed to Auburn. Percy Lewis, the 3-star who was enrolled at Mississippi State, offensive tackle, but is now committed to Auburn. That's a huge help for Peyton Thorne and that offensive lineman group as well. Gage Keys, I believe he was from Kansas, if I'm not mistaken, the defensive lineman from Auburn as well. Sam Jackson V, the wide receiver from Cal, who's pretty good friends with Peyton Thorne. Sure, all of you guys have heard about him. Dorian Musal Jr. from Duke, the linebacker from Duke, has enrolled at Auburn as well. Robert Lewis, the 3-star wide receiver out of, I believe, Georgia State, one of the top wide receivers in the Sun Belt, might I add, has committed to the Auburn Tigers as well. And then finally, Rico Walker at the tight end position from Maryland. So that's all who Auburn's got. Now we can go ahead and talk about who the big ones are and why they're going to make an impact on the field instantly. So within the first 5 here, Keon Crawford is going to make a huge impact at that edge rusher position. Auburn is known for having great edge rushers. For example, the likes of course, Derek Hall. There's a couple other ones that come to mind, like Jalen Simpson's kind of been in there as well. Keandre Lambert-Smith, another excellent portal addition, the top wide receiver in the transfer portal, the 4-star from Penn State, is officially committed to Auburn. He's been committed since like April, I believe, so that is great for the Auburn Tigers offense as well. I'm interested to see, though, how he's going to help, number one, help impact that freshman class that we have of Bryce Kane, Perry Thompson, Cam Coleman as well. So I'm very interested in that. See how that's going to translate on the field with that position group. Then we got 2 different defensive linemen, Isaiah Rikes out of USC, and then Philip Biddy as well out of Indiana. That is a great pickup for them as well. Then you got the cornerback, Antonio Kite. This guy is a dog, 6'1", 182 pounds. He was committed to Alabama, or was playing for Alabama at one point. And now he is committed to Auburn. So it's always a great thing when you get to brag on Alabama for a little bit and talk about how we stole one of y'all's players. Then Trell Carter, Jarian Thompson, a safety and a defensive lineman. It is very important that you double up on that defensive lineman position, especially those edge rushers who are there to get sacked, the defensive tackles who are there to help as well. It's very important for the defense. They're kind of one of those cornerstone pieces of that defense, one of the major pieces. Obviously, you got cornerback and safety along with that, but they're the one who's going to go after the quarterback. That's how you have an explosive defense. That's how you can put pressure on the quarterback to obviously throw an interception to the safety or the cornerback within the defensive side of the ball as well. So obviously, huge impacts right there. Offensive tackle, you got a couple of those as well in Percy Lewis, and I believe that is all for the offensive tackle. But I want to talk about one addition, or 2 additions really quickly before we go ahead and end this bit. That is Sam Jackson V, and then Rico Walker. Rico Walker, being a 4-star tight end from Maryland, helps Auburn tremendously because I don't believe we had a tight end with this class. I think that was the one thing or 2 things that we were missing regarding this transfer portal class. Sam Jackson V, obviously the wide receiver from Cal. I believe he's going to play defense some for the Auburn Tigers as well, because he has played on that defensive side of the ball. I believe he played in high school with Peyton Thorne. He was great friends with Peyton Thorne in high school as well. So that's a great addition for that, kind of build that chemistry there too. But overall, that is pretty much that transfer class for the Auburn University Tigers as well. That's where we're going to cut it. We can go ahead and end the video right here. Anyway, that is where I'm going to end the video for today. If you haven't already, again, hit that like, subscribe, turn that bell on. We do our best to post on this channel every single day. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. We may talk about college basketball transfer portal. We got a lot of stuff to get into that as well. Friday, you're going to have Franchise Friday as usual. But that's where I'm going to cut this video really quickly before I let you guys loose. It is officially EA College Football Release Month. If you guys obviously do not know, the reveal is coming this month. There's about 15 or so days until that, so be on the lookout for that. Chris Fowler has posted an update to his Instagram page. If you guys have not seen that, go check that out as well. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Posted a link, obviously, to his Instagram page saying that voice recordings are done for EA College Football, at least on his part and Cody Herbstreit's part. So now they're in the process of editing that stuff as well. Going to be a fun game. Cannot wait for it. Go watch the update video if you haven't on that one as well. But again, that's where I'm going to cut it loose. Thank you all so much for watching. Go check out X-Men 97 as well on Disney+. Thank you all. I will see you all in the next video. Peace.